Candace Owens, I just did Candace Owens' podcast. I don't know when they're going to put it on, but she interviewed me, and we were talking about the fact that one of the first places she appeared was on my show, because I saw her on YouTube. I thought she was A, beautiful, and B, had real skill, real talent, had a story to tell. I thought this is somebody who's really going to be big. And as I did with Jordan Peterson, and as I did with Michael Knowles, which is going to get me sent to hell, and as actually I knew Shapiro when I heard him on the radio. I knew he was going to be big. I just recognize these people when they come along, and she has done great, and God bless her for it. They had her on with Harvard professor Cornel West, right, who is a spokesman for left-wing racial ideas, and Mediaite, which until about 3 months ago was a really good site where they would make fun of everybody, and they would point out whether people on the left or people on the right were doing badly or doing something stupid. They would just say it. Here's Trump being stupid. Here's Pelosi being stupid. Now they've just become yet another woke anti-Trump site. So they put up this debate. Laura Ingraham has a debate between Cornel West and Candace Owens, right? And they put up a thing that says Fox News Booker subjects Harvard professor Cornel West to Candace Owens. Why? Well, they forgot to mention Candace takes him apart. Candace takes him to pieces, and you'll see why in just a second. But this is what I mean when everything becomes a show, when everything becomes about how things look and how things feel. You start to go down some very dark roads. It's comical what they're doing in Washington right now. To me, it's all comedy. It's not hurting anybody really, as long as people figure it out. But if people don't figure it out, as I was saying about abortion yesterday, if people don't figure out reality from fantasy, they can do some very dark stuff. Listen to what Cornel West says about the problem with Donald Trump for black people.
The president has a language that creates an atmosphere that is so xenophobic against black folk, Mexicans, Muslims. He rarely wants to stay in contact with their humanity. So when you look at the statistics, that's one thing. But when you create an atmosphere and an ambience of xenophobia, it reinforces the polarization, and therefore many black folk wouldn't even be able to connect the statistics that look good with the language, the atmosphere that feels so bad. And that cold-hearted, mean-spiritedness is something that cuts very, very deep in the spirit of people.
Have you met him?
That is an amazing statement, and an amazing statement. The statistics, which show that, of course, black people have more jobs, the wages are going up, things are going better for them than they ever went under Obama. That doesn't matter. It's the ambience, it's the feeling, it's the atmosphere that he creates with the words that he says. That is the left-wing point of view. Let's listen to Candace's response.
I think the president is doing something different. Definitely his tone is different because he tells the truth and he doesn't pander to black America. He hasn't offered us hot sauce. He's offered us jobs. That makes many people uncomfortable because they're from an era where race hustling is a business. They're used to telling black Americans that they're victims, writing books about victimhood, and that is no longer selling in America. And I just wanted to comment back on saying that xenophobia is something that black Americans are afraid of. Xenophobia means that you have a fear, Mr. West, of foreigners. Black Americans are not foreigners in this country. We are a piece of the American dream. We've earned a piece of this American dream, and we're getting tired of people telling us that we are somehow separate of it. I mean, that's really what I have to say. We're doing tremendous under this presidency. There is no candidate that is offering anything on the left to counter what Trump has offered. They're just offering more rhetoric, more fear-mongering, and unfortunately, time is up on this narrative. We are ready to move on and embrace our futures.
It's an amazing debate because it was really the left and right writ large, right? One is saying the ambience, the feeling, the narrative, and the other is saying, no, we're doing great. Let's move on. Let's drop the narrative and move on with our lives. And that is the difference. And you see it so much today.